Hi folks, Robert Mantell here again with the Trichotillomania Relief Specialists. Well, I bet we really got you with the title of this video. Time to stop trying? I mean, my goodness, what could we possibly be talking about? Just give up and go home? If you know us, probably not. So then, let's get into this. You see, language is a holder of experience. The way we language our world, that is to say, the things we say to ourselves usually quickly, unconsciously, and not very carefully, has everything to do with how we experience our world. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have a discussion with somebody. You ask them to do something for you. It could be an employee, or a colleague at work, or it could be at home with your spouse or your child. When somebody says to you in response to that, I'll try, what do you really expect from that person? I mean, we're so used to hearing people say things like that, we may not necessarily be consciously aware of what they're actually communicating to you. But if you take a moment to think about it, what do you actually expect from someone who in response to something you ask them to do, they say, well, I'll try, or I'll do the best I can? I'll tell you what I think. I think it's a safe bet to assume it won't get done. I remember years ago, my wife and coaching partner, Glay, and I attended a personal development seminar where the seminar leader asked a person to come up from the audience, to come up on the stage, and to try to pick up this flimsy little chair. So this woman comes up and reaches over and apparently very easily lifts up this chair and looks at the seminar leader. And he asks her to put it down again and says, no, I want you to try to lift up the chair. So kind of confused, this woman reaches down and picks up the chair and, looks at the seminar leader again and he says, no, I want you to try to pick up the chair. And now the woman is looking really confused. And the point he was making was, you see, when you set out to do something, the truth is there's really only two possible outcomes. You either accomplished your goal or you didn't. There's really no middle ground. When I was young and full of excuses, and particularly to my parents, I remember my father used to say to me, all that matters is, did you produce? I think that what my father was trying to teach me is, in the real world, when you grow up, excuses really just don't cut it anymore. All that matters is, did you get it done? And any of us who are adults here, can we not agree? I mean, that's really the way it is. I mean, if your boss asks you to do something or gives you an assignment, would you even dare say something like, I'll try? Of course not. Well, guess what? The same holds true no matter what the goal or desired achievement. I'm not trying to say effort doesn't matter, it does. But there are times when it's just not enough to say, well, I did my best. So now, of course, this all comes back to you, our viewer. You're the one we care about, and everything we're doing here with these videos and blog articles is to help support and empower you. So the question for you is, when you think about taking a stand against this challenge you call trichotillomania, what's really going through your mind? In your heart of hearts, what do you suppose your actual expectations are? If and when the time comes for you to take a committed stand against this thing, are you going to just try to do your best with it? Or are you going to get it handled once and for all? Believe me when I tell you, your mindset has everything to do with it. Why? Because your mindset is for the most part going to determine your outcome. That's right, what you decide must happen, will happen. You know what's interesting? Glay and I have been working with clients from all over the world for many years now. And during all that time, certain patterns start to make themselves apparent. And one of them is there seems to be this truth as kind of a universal truth. And that is, we rarely get our shoulds. The things we think we should do in life. We should eat better. We should exercise more. We should spend more time with our kids or our spouse. We should go to church more often. But isn't it true? The things we merely think we should do are the very things we continue to put off, and often things we just never seem to get to. But you see, we always get our musts. We're talking about the things in life we decide we must do or we must achieve. And I mean, even if we really don't want to be doing it, like paying our taxes every year. Of course, personally, I would rather keep all that money I give to the government every year, but bad things might happen if I do. So I do what it takes to meet my obligations on that every year. And I see to it that it gets accomplished because I've decided it's a must to make that happen. So how much of a must is it for you to free yourself from the slavery to trichotillomania? I mean, be honest with yourself. One of the ways you'll know if it's truly a must for you is to ask yourself whether you're really willing to do whatever is in your power to help yourself, even if it's something you'd really prefer not to have to do. Now, if your answer to that question is yes, then chances are conquering this challenge called trichotillomania probably actually is a must for you. And then all that's missing for you is the knowledge of how to make that happen. Well, of course, that's what we here at the Trichotillomania Relief Specialists are here for. We're here to show you how it's literally possible for you to exert easy, effortless control of your pulling activity. And I know I've said this before in earlier videos, but I'll say it again. You see, you already know how to do this. The ability to exercise easy, virtually effortless control of your pulling activity is literally wired into your psychology, your neurology, and your biology. And I think I can state this with a fair amount of certainty because over the years and years we've been doing this work, Glay and I have never yet met a client for whom this wasn't the case, even before we met them. And I doubt you're going to be the first that comes in here and doesn't actually have the ability to live an easy, effortless, struggle-free, trick-free life. The fact is you do have this ability, and you just need to be shown how you do that when you do it. So getting ready to wrap up now, I'm going to invite you just over the next week or so, just to be mindful of noticing how maybe just a bit too automatically you find yourself using the phrase, "I'll try." And if and when you do catch yourself saying that, ask yourself how you could replace that statement, if only to yourself. And not just that, but maybe you replace that statement in such a way that you believe you're actually far more likely to get whatever it is done. For example, instead of asking yourself questions like, well, can I really do this? Ask yourself, how can I see to it that I actually accomplish my goal? And where the pedal hits the metal for you is, when it comes to conquering your challenges with trichotillomania, are you really going to be satisfied with just trying to beat it? Or are you going to beat it? Which is it going to be? Call us if you want some help in showing you how to do this, okay? You can reach us at any time of day or night at our 24-hour toll-free voicemail messaging system at 866-LIFE-NOW. You can also visit us on the web at any one of several different locations, starting with our home base, our website at TRICH-FREE.com. And maybe you could use a little bit of inspiration. That's totally understandable. And if so, be sure to check out our success stories area while you're there at our website, okay? Now, you're probably watching this video either at our blog site at blog.trick-free.com or at our ever-growing YouTube channel. But if not, here's the web address for a YouTube channel. And of course, we'd love to see you over at our very popular Facebook community page, now with nearly 25,000 followers, at facebook.com/trichotillomania relief. And please feel free to leave your comments and questions while you're there, okay? Get a conversation going. We'd love to touch base with you over there. And by the way, if you do have questions about trichotillomania and you're not really sure where to go to get answers, please feel free to visit our website's question and answers page at www.trichfree.com/qa.html. We'll do our best to address your question in an upcoming video. Well, that's it for now. Again, I'm Robert Mantell with the Trichotillomania Relief Specialists, encouraging you to be mindful of your language. Get rid of the "I'll tries" in life and replace those with "I will," or at the very least, "How can I?" Chances are you'll see what makes a huge difference for you right away. Hope you found this video helpful, and here's wishing you an amazing trick-free week.